Siyat Shmei. Let's go. Let's start from the Mishnah. Hopefully someone learned it. If not, you'll learn it now. If you did, it'll be a good Chazarah. Let's start from the Mishnah in the bottom of Chav Ches Amud Aleph. Notal Esam Avteach. Just one thing which actually aids Chazarah in Tamid is the entirety of Tamid is 1 day's Avodah. Is from the beginning what's happening. Just to start you off, we start off with the Shaimrim, which starts off the night before, where they're going to sleep. Then it starts off with going to the mikvah, who wants to do the Chumas Hadeshen, waking them up, doing the Chumas Hadeshen. The Gemaras discussed how they slept, where they did the Shmiras, etc. Now the next Mishnah picks up with Natal Esam Avteach. We're going to start. They take the key, they open the pishbesh, pishbesh is a door. They enter from the Beis HaMoikod into the Azara. So because we have this Meritic piece up here, see, here's the Beis HaMoikod. So they're entering into the Azara. And just once I'm standing, make life easier. No, it doesn't work, then it's just more confusing for you. It doesn't get clear on here. Okay, whatever it is. Anyways, here's the Beis HaMoikod. We're going to say you can enter in here, and what we're about to see is you're going to have 2 groups of Kohanim. One's going to circle around this way. One's going to circle around this way until they reach the room to make the. It's not over here. Oh, down here, right here. Oh, look at that, right here. Lishkas Oiseh Chavitin. So that's where they're going to end. And they're going to go in here. I'm sorry, I'm blocking half of you. They're going to go in here, the Lishkas Oiseh Chavitim, and then the Kohanim are going to start making the Chavit. So again, you're going to start in the Beis HaMoikod. They're going to travel one around this way, and both groups meet up in this room right over there. So let's now see it in the Mishnah. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more clarity. So the Kohanim enter after him. Holding 2 torches of fire. They split up into 2 groups. This one goes eastward. Now it's confusing. What? Oh, it's a good question. Let's say how many Kohanim go, but Mizrach is down. Ma'ariv is up. So when it says they go derech Mizrach, means they come downward. Ve'elu mahalchim achsad derech Ma'ariv means they go upward. So they're splitting up into 2 groups. And what are they doing? They're checking and going. Ad shemagiyim until they reach l'makam oiseh chavitim. Right here, the place where they make the chavitin. The chavitin was the carbon of the Kohen Gadol that he brought each and every day. They reach each other. So after they circle around, they bump into each other. What do they say? Amru, shalom, akol, shalom. Everything is in order. Of course, what are they checking for? People are going to come. Let's just call, let's put it on top. Keep it stickle warm for them. And I'm thinking maybe it's better to be cold for them. Next time they'll come early. Either way, what are they checking for? Tumah. Making sure everything's in the right place, making sure there's no tumah lying around. Shalom, akol, shalom. Hamidu oiseh chavitin lasas chavitim. So they start to make the chavitin for the Kohen Gadol. So step 1 is to check the Beis HaMikdash. And again, we're starting off the day. We already did the raffle for the first Avodah, which is going to be cleaning off the ashes. Then we checked all Beis HaMikdash. So we did a raffle for the Chumas HaMizbeach. So now Misha Zachal Litrumas HaMizbeach, the one that run the raffle, Hu Yitraim, he goes and he separates the ashes. Vehim Amrum, and they tell him, the other Kohanim. So this is the first Kohen that is entering in to separate the ashes from the Mizbeach. Vehim Amrum, they tell him, Hevi Zayir, be careful. Shloitiga Bakli, don't touch anything. Tell the kids, right? Look but don't touch. That's what they tell them. Don't touch. Here's the kiyar. He's gonna go for the Beis HaMoikod. He's in the Beis HaMoikod. Oh, or over here. Go in a chanami. Or he's here. Depending on if he was part of those groups. In a chanami, it doesn't make clear where he is. Either he's coming from there or there, but either way, he's going in. They tell him, don't do anything until you go straight, beeline for the kiyar, and wash your hands. Vare. Don't touch, exactly. Now, Vare Hamachta, the shovel for this first avodah is sitting right over here. The shovel is sitting. Bein ula, the shovel is Arei Hamachta should be miksaya. Bein keves the mizbeach, between the ramp and the mizbeach. B'maravai shall keves on the ma'ariv. Again, ma'ariv is up on the western side of the ramp. So right over here on the floor is sitting the shovel. If you look in your books, there's actually a picture of the shovels sitting on the floor. The shovel was sitting on the floor waiting for him. So he goes in, you don't touch anything, and you go wash your hands, and you go pick up the shovel. Here's the shovel. This is a little bit of a clearer picture. Here's the shovel sitting, being ulam the mizbeach. The shovel sitting on the floor, waiting for the first Avayah. Erev Tov Rav David. And now, he goes in by himself. Ein Adam Nichnas Imai. He goes in by himself. V'loy ner biyadai. He's not holding a fire. So how does he see? How does he see? It's very, very early in the morning. Ela mahalech la'or hamaracha. The maracha is lit, so there's a little embers glowing. That's how he walks. Lo yorayin isai. The other Kehanim didn't see him. V'lo yoshemin es kailai. And they don't hear his voice. What do they hear? V'l'ad sheyeshayimim kol ha'etz. They heard the voice of the wood. What wood? Sha'asa ben Katin. That was his name. That ben Katin made Mochni Lekiyar. This is the Mochni Lekiyar. The Mochni Lekiyar is a contraption that was made to lower the kiyar. How did the kiyar get water? They don't have any plumbing, so the kiyar gets water being lowered into the ground. So Moch Ben Katim made a whole wooden contraption to lower the kiyar into the ground. Ve'hein amru. So all the Kehanim are outside, and what do they hear? They hear this wooden thing moving and the kiyar going in. They said, the time has come. He's washing his hands. Okay, so wash his hands, and what does he do? He takes the silver shovel, the shovel that is sitting on the floor. He takes the shovel. Okay, some nice pictures over here. Where's the shovel we just had it a moment ago? He takes the shovel, and what does he do? He goes up to the Mizbeach. He pushes away the coals. And he takes a scoop of the inner embers, of the inside coals. So he takes one scoopful of ashes. Again, he did not clear off all the ashes. A big misconception. We think Trumas Hadashen is the clearing of the ashes. It is. But he did not clear away all the ashes. Like one shovelful. Yarad, he goes down. He comes to the ground. He's holding a shovel full of ash. Where does he put the shovel full of ash? He hafach panav litzafa, and he turns northward. Northward is that way. So he comes down the ramp. He turns northward. Safain. He walks on the Mizrach, the eastern side of the ramp, Keser Amois, and then Sabar Esagacholim Al Gabi Aritzba. Piles up the ashes right over here. Right over here, he piles up the ashes on the floor. Special place in the floor, Rachis Menakevesh Leisha Tvachim, at a distance of 3 Tvachim. Mokim Shenoistin Murias Ha'oif, was this place where they place the Murias Ha'oif, which is part of the bird for some of the Karbanais. V'dishin Mizbeach HaPanimi, and they also place the ashes from the inner Mizbeach, and Dishin HaManayros. Here you see it on the floor, is the area in which they pile up the ashes, and that is Avodah number 1. So the Mishnah taught us, number 1, they check the entire Beis HaMikdash, they begin making the Oisa Chavitim, the Minchas Chavitim, and then they do the Trumas Hadashen. Says the Gemara, those 3 details that we just said, we're going to have 3 points. Point number 1 was what? They checked the Beis HaMikdash. So again, they come out of the Beis HaMikdash, they go up and around, they go down and around. Where are they walking? So the Mishnah said, alach sadrois, which means on pavilions, they're walking up on these walls. Says the Gemara, sadrois ba'azara. Were there elevated areas in the Azara? V'atanya, but we learned in a brayso, Rav Eliezer ben Yaakov Omer, minayin shein oisin achsadros ba'Azara. How do we know you're not allowed to make elevated areas in the Azara? Talmud Loimar says the pasuk, Loisit alacha ashiram. Kol 8, you should not plant an Asherah of wood, Eitzel Mizbeach Hashem Eloikecha, next to the Mizbeach of Hashem your God. And from here, what do we learn? Hachi Kamar, Loisita L'cha Asherah, Loisita L'cha Kol 8, Eitzel Mizbeach Hashem Eloikecha. The Gemara is darshing, you can't have any 8s. What does it mean, any 8s? Any elevated wooden structure in proximity to the Mizbeach. So ask the Gemara, you just told me they walked around on these elevated structures. Wait, you're not allowed to make elevated structures out of wood. So what's the obvious teretz? They didn't make it out of wood. Very good. Answers the Gemara, Rav Chisda, Bachsadrois shel binyan. They made them out of stone. They made them out of avanim, out of stones. Now, I'm sure many of you are wondering, what was the havamina they made it out of wood? It's like a funny havamina. I agree. But that is the kasha, and it's almost, I mean, it's not really the same walls, but if you ever, when you go to the Kaisel, there's, I think they call it the walk, the ramparts walk or something. Basically, it's a walk, you can walk over the wall, on top of the walls, in the old city over there. It's one of those, it's a tourist attraction. But that's really what it was. It was walking on top of the walls. They walked all the way around. Now, we don't obviously walk around the same area. We're on the other side of the wall. But it's the same type of thing. They walked across the walls, looked around, made sure everything was good. And that is number one. So what were the walls made out of? What were these structures made out of? Even stones. Next, says the Gemara, by
Top of the wall,
they walked here.
it's on the side.
Here, yeah, like here. Look over here. They walked along top those areas.
Where?
Right here. Up here. Up here.
How did they get up?
There were steps. There were steps inside a lot of the rooms.
Well, we know by Shar.
Right. Yes.
What was that one called again?
Sharnitzitz, Sharnikanar,
No, not Shar. Right. So
Beisamoy.
right.
They were
the
out.
other one had
So Pashtus is they went up there. Now,
they went from Beisamoy.
so that's a good question. That the Gemara does discuss.
On the other side, there are no steps.
Yeah. So the Gemara doesn't discuss. They're leaving the Beis HaMaikad. It just says they left the Beis HaMaikad. You're asking a good question. It says they left the Beis HaMaikad. They went through the Pishbesh and they went into the Azara. So how do they get up there? It does not say. You're asking a very good question. I unfortunately do not have a very good answer. You're asking a good question.
So one guy starts to do it. One person does it every day. We didn't go to run to do it.
Right, so that's what I really mentioned before. How many people? It doesn't say how many people. No, you're talking about True Sadeshin.
Raffle goes to everyone.
That's whoever wants can do True Sadeshin. Right, the searching. Yeah, it wasn't. The Mishnah is not clear. The Mavar should discuss it. How many Koyahanim? So over here, the Mefarish of the page just says they split up into two groups of those Kohanim. Chayr the Kohanim that worked that day in the Beis Hamikdash, but it doesn't tell us precise numbers. Okay, we continue. The Mishnah said they were checking, they were going until they reach where? This area. Lishkas Oisei Chavitim. Asks the Gemara, Lemimra, it sounds like, what's the first carbon? The Minchas Chavitim. Sounds like they go around, they go here, and they prepare the Minchas Chavitim. Lemimra de Chavitim avi kadimi. Was the Chavitim really first? V'atanya, we learned in a brayso. Minayin shein davar koydin l'tamid shel shachar. How do we know there is nothing before the carbon tamid? Tamid leimar v'arach oleh ha'ila. You prepare upon it the oila. V'amar rabba ha'ila oila rishayna. The oila comes first. So how can you tell me the Minchas Chavitim comes first? Answers the Gemara. Again, an obvious teretz. Amar Rav Yehuda lahachem chamin l'revicha. Doesn't say they brought the minchas chavitim. They started preparing it. What do? They started boiling up the water in here. They went inside. They started boiling up the water for the minchas chavitim. But of course, the carbon oila was first. Okay, some nice pictures over here of them beating up Kohanim. In case you wanted to see, there's a picture I wanted to show. Is again, I don't know. I personally, look over here. This is a picture of the group going with the torches. You have to realize early in the morning means it's night. It's mamish the middle of the night. They're walking across. Look at the picture too from the bottom. They're walking away with these torches and they're searching. Yeah. Okay. Very good. And Hadron Aloch Bishloisha Mekaimais. Let's just begin the next parak. We're not going to do the whole Mishnah. It's a very lengthy Mishnah, but in theme of beginning and starting, and then I think what I would like to do, I can think about it. I was thinking usually we take a full break for Chazarah. I was thinking of maybe doing a little bit of both. Maybe every day doing a little bit Vayter and a little Chazarah and balancing. Because I do believe, you could tell me if you feel otherwise, I do believe we learned these, it's really, I didn't realize it's so much. It's almost 3 blot we learned already. Okay, maybe not. Maybe we should take a week to the Chazar. It's a full 3 blot.
It was the rush.
No, it's no rush. What are you saying? Why would I want to go Vayter? No, the only reason to go Vayter was if the felt to know it. No, but I didn't realize it was a full 3 blot. Let's go back. Let's start the Chazar right now.
To the contrary, let's do the Chazar. Let's do the Chazar a bit stronger.
Yeah.
Not run.
Yeah. Yes. Just put out in the chat that Rabbi Sender is being machayiv shakla v'tarya. So let's just start with that. We'll speak out outside. Let's speak it outside. Everyone, the English, you have the shakla v'tarya written out in English, so you might have no excuses. I wrote it out for everyone. The English side. Let's read it together. Let's just speak outside. Okay. The first Mishnah. We began the 3 places. I'm looking at my Gemara. Real shakla v'tarya, Baal Peh, but let's start somewhere. We learned to the Mishnah the 3 places that Kehanim are watching the Beis Hamikdash are Beis Hatinos, Beis Hanitzos, Beis Hamaykid. Very good. What are the differences? Again, we've listed the 3. Now we contrast. The Beis Hamaykid was, let's say, number 1, had a domed roof. Number 2, good, by his gadol. Number 3, they were sleeping inside of it. Very good. The Beis Hatinos and the Beis Hanitzos were what? Elevated areas. Perfect. By the way, once you say elevated areas, your brain starts going into the Gemara that we're going to see. What type of elevated areas? Were they 2-floored? Or is it just elevated? And we proved, what was the proof? With that what? Good. They were Kehanim on the top, Levim on the bottom. And that proves that they were double elevated areas. Perfect. Then we speak about their sleeping arrangements. So the elderly Kehanim slept where? On the benches. The younger Kehanim slept on the floor. When we mention young Kehanim, right then, we trigger in our brain 1 second. The Mishnah first used 1 word to mention the young Kehanim, Roivim, and then over here it mentions Perchekuna. What's going on? So that's the next Gemara. By the way, when you really know Mishnah as well, this is, the Yuchaz of the Gemara and the Mishnah. So what happened over there? So the Roivim were the ones that were watching. The Perchekuna were sleeping to do the Avodah. So what's the age bracket? Which are older? Perchekuna are the ones that are older, the ones going to sleep, because they're doing the Avodah the next day. The Raivim, the ones doing Shmira, are younger. Very good. That's part 1, 2 of the Mishnah. Then we continue what happens when a Kohen becomes Tamei. Where does he go? Through a... No. Very good. Good, they got undressed. Good. Very good. That's a whole lengthy Gemara. Perfect. We spoke when we talk about sleeping, very good. You go through the full sleeping, which is what? You got to get undressed to go to sleep. Where do you put the clothing? The Mishnah said, where? Tachas. The Gemara said, Rayo, you can get benefit. No. What does Tachas mean? No. What does Tachas mean? It's only 1 teretz. Good. 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 So now says the Gemara, let's bring a raya to shanis, because if it's under your head, how you let it do it? You're getting shanis. So here we have a few truths. New.
One that they use all of them besides for that one.
One that good. Yeah, you went backwards. Good. Perfect. Everyone heard the teretz. That was the teretz that it wasn't. They didn't sleep on the belt. It was the other begadim. Good. Other teretz.
Right next to their head.
It was next to their head, which then that gets its whole first raya.
The thing will come out.
Is not there. Why is it not there?
Because
why is it not there? Princess and the pea. Even if you cover it over with 10 with layers. What? No. Yeah, that's why it's a problem. So why here can they sleep on it? starched underwear, because the begadim were very firm. They were made out of material which is firm. Very good, very good. Okay, one more detail. I know we're here for my last detail. As we said, when a kohen becomes tamei, where does he go? Through a tunnel. So detail number one, what do we learn about the tunnels? We're clearly loy niskachu. They couldn't have had kedusha, or else why are you going through them? Then they went into the base of tefillah, fire both sides, fire to warm up, bathroom. We have our whole bathroom suga. Perfect. We'll pick up here. I think this is out. We're going to do Chazarah. We're going to Mirza Hashem. We're going to read them. We're going to keep it speaking out outside. And hopefully we'll get